tables are turning. What was up will be down. What was down will be up. Things are progressing. And this means being in alignment with divine timing, allowing things to happen in their own natural time and cycle, and allowing that to occur. So it says that you're right at the right place at the right time, and you're in alignment with the flow of the universe. Let's see what else is going on. In the shadow position, we have 10 of coins in reverse. This is usually something that is unseen or not at the level of your consciousness. I'll talk more about that in a moment. What's passing away is Hierophant in reverse. What's approaching is Empress in reverse. You've got a lot of major arcana here. 3 major arcanas out of 5. So that's already 80% of 60% of your cards are major arcana. So it may be a big month for you, Capricorn. And wow, another one. Yeah. So that is 80% of the cards are all major arcana. High Priestess in reverse is your highlight. So let's talk about this. The first thing I'm seeing, this is a mother-daughter team. In Greek mythology, Ceres, who was the earth goddess, was known as Demeter or Ceres in Greek and Roman mythology. She was the mother of all things that bloom and are fruitful. And she was the mother of Persephone. I'll talk about her in a moment too. Empress is a card of abundance, of fertility, where all things grow. On whatever she touches grows. She's satisfied. She's abundant. It's a really feminine, receptive, fertile card. Sometimes it can mean pregnancy. So with her coming up, this is a really positive, abundant card. Even in the reverse, it may say that you have all the riches available to you that you want. There may just be some fear, doubt, or resistance that you need to remove to unblock that. So it's saying she wants to give you all the gifts. It's a cornucopia card, and it's a real card of love. She's sexually satisfied too, so she's satisfied in her relationships. All good things come to her, and she's surrounded by nature and flowers. So one other thing about her is that she's got this crescent moon with a pomegranate, which are symbols of High Priestess. So I'm seeing right around February 15th with this new moon in Aquarius in your second house. This is also saying, riches want to come in. Abundance, values, or things that you value, assets, possessions. So your job this month may be to remove whatever fear, doubt, or resistance is keeping this in reverse, not allowing it to come through fully. And this is what's coming in for you. This is the upcoming influences. And then what we have highlighted is High Priestess in reverse. So High Priestess is the daughter of she's known as Persephone, and she's the daughter of Ceres or Demeter, which is the Empress card. And she's the one who goes down into the underworld. She has access to secret hidden information. That's what the scroll on her lap represents. So what's highlighted here for me is that you may be doubting your intuition. High Priestess is a very intuitive, another receptive card. But she has to do with listening and getting quiet and trusting your inner intuition, trusting your own inner knowing. So with this in the highlighted position, it's really saying this is being featured for you. This is what is being highlighted. But again, there may be some doubt, fear, or resistance to listening to those inner voices of wisdom and guidance that you're being given. So what I'm really going to recommend is to really get quiet and listen and trust those inner messages about what you may need to do to really tap into this new moon, February 15th, to draw something to you that you would like to have. This is mother-daughter energy too, so if you are a mother or if you are a daughter, that's almost doubly focused. I mean, maybe going into business with your mother or with your daughter, if that hits for you, could be very beneficial. There's positive movement in that direction. Some of you may be leaving a marriage behind, or be having, alternately, it could be that if there have been troubles in your marriage, that those are going to be dissipating away. This is what is in the passing away position, and this is Hierophant. This means doing things in a traditional way, being conventional. It's also the card of marriage. It's the card of higher learning and spirituality. And these two keys represent secrets that he has access to because he is spiritually connected. That's also what him holding this sign up points to, is that he has a connection to the divine. So for some of you, I get the sense that it is leaving a marriage behind and going into future positive growth. And for some of you, because Hierophant is in reverse, if there were problems within a marriage or a conventional relationship, that's going to be passing away. It can also mean letting go of doing things in a very unconventional manner. So it may mean that as you do things more conventionally and follow tradition, this turns in a positive direction for you as the satisfied woman and as the woman who has the answers. But you have to remove, and this can work for you whether you're male or female, but you have to remove whatever doubt, fear, or resistance is there to let these fully in. When cards are in reverse, it's almost like they're showing up 80%. There's a little bit of dampening on them. And then this is the shadow position. So this means, again, I see this domestic couple in their castle, and they're surrounded by abundance and money, and they're in reverse too. So for some of you, I really see that a marriage is, you're moving on from it, because this is the stable couple. What you may not be seeing with this is that usually this is a card of financial returns, abundance. It's returns on investment. It's having made good decisions over time and reaping the rewards from that. And it's a real card of stability because it's the most amount of coins on a card. So it's the greatest accumulation of wealth and stability and security that can be on a card. So with this in the reverse, in the shadow position, you may be looking for where your stability and where your security is. That may be an unknown to you right now, or you don't have access to that. There's some way that it's not showing up for you, or that you're not being able to connect with it. And with 10 of coins in reverse, sometimes that can mean receiving an inheritance or receiving a windfall of money, but it's not as much as you thought it was. So for some of you, if you are in the process of a divorce, I'm seeing that there may not be as much security or financial returns as you may have expected. But in some ways it doesn't matter because you're going in this positive direction. You're going from this sort of red and yellow stable energy to blue skies. So hold on to that, Capricorn. There's satisfaction and abundance ahead, even as a single person. She is often wedded to the Emperor, but this is very much a graduation. 10 of coins to Empress is stepping into greater abundance. So enjoy that and really set some intentions around that new moon for anything that you would like to draw into you. This is coming up for you twice with major arcana cards. So pay attention to that around that new moon in Aquarius. Let's see what's going on with the other person. Okay, 9 of coins in reverse. I think this came up for Scorpio also. With this is the single person who feels satisfied just being single and stable. But in the reverse position, it says that they may no longer want to be single. They may want to be partnering with someone else right now, whether that be you or another person. They may be wanting to change their status from being single to partnering up. What's happening in the shadow position is that their hopes and fears are not being realized. They have real dreams that they are not letting out into the surface. Potentially, this could mean that they're not accepting themselves just as they are, and they have work to do there in terms of accepting their own unique place in the universe. Just as the star or the flower or the bird or anything that appears in this card, they may be having a hard time showing their real selves versus, wanting to appear as stable and having this great reputation. And, this shows 9 of coins in reverse can show up as superficiality. So they may be working on their self-worth. With this in reverse, sometimes I can say they're having a hard time acknowledging themselves as being sufficient just as they are. And it can also, because star represents hopes and dreams and wishes, it can be that they have some secret wishes, some wishes and hopes that are not being shown to you, or even to them, that they're not acknowledging to themselves. So this could be like secret hopes and wishes because it's in the unknown shadow position. Let's see what else is coming up. In their passing away position, 10 of Cups. So it looks like they may have been part of a happy couple. And that's in the passing away position. It looks like they may have left a relationship and that they found a lot of peace and joy in it, but that's passed away. So this could be a former relationship that they were in, and they're finding themselves in this position as the single person, but they're not happy or content there. Their joy feels like it was taken away, because 10 of Cups is joy, fulfillment. I'm really seeing like the dissolution of a couple. Maybe both of you have been divorced, or this is either the two of you splitting apart, or that you're coming together from prior relationships. Ahead for them is they're going to be very focused on work and putting in a lot of effort. 8 of Coins means doing your due diligence, knocking out the work, sitting at the workbench and putting the nose to the grindstone, cranking out money. But it could also be putting in effort to a relationship. These two are very complementary cards because they both create abundance. So they're going to be putting in a lot of effort and a lot of work as this is the incoming energy for them. And then highlighted for them is Moon in reverse. Again, very parallel cards. Both Moon and High Priestess have to do with intuition, listening to your emotions. Moon can sometimes represent illusion, or wanting to find out what's true versus what is an illusion, what is constant or consistent versus what is changeable. So they may be trying to balance their emotions and figure out how they feel. That's what's highlighted for them. So I'm getting that you may need to listen to your intuition, and they're really surrounded by the moon and the star, with maybe trying to get clear on what it is that they feel. Where's the balance between their passionate self, which is represented by the wolf here, and then their logical, analytical self as represented by the dog. So this is really letting emotions come up to the surface for evaluation to see what is permanent or what is changeable, what is real versus what is fantasy. So I really get the sense that they are trying to connect with their authentic self. They're trying to figure out how they feel. That's really highlighted for them. They're trying to figure out what's real, and they may be a little bit in denial about what it is that they really want or really hope for, or what would be fulfilling for their wishes. But I really see you, Capricorn, just green lights all ahead. The Wheel of Fortune really says keep going in the direction that you're going, and it's really an affirmation that you are in the flow, in the zone, and you've got great cards coming up. Empress wants to come in, and what's highlighted is High Priestess. So trust your intuition, especially around this new moon. If you want to draw something to you, to receive something, to have something, listen to your intuition. Get quiet and listen to those deep gut feelings, and let the abundance in. Let that water flow, and